Well, breaking news, time is running out, but officially time has run out, and Temu just stopped. That is not the only thing that has stopped. The ports completely empty. And as I am speaking and you are listening, China is in a complete free fall. As you can tell by our stock market, which I will get into that. Congratulations, stock market, for putting in the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and putting in 9 consecutive days, breaking a lot of records. And what is interesting is 100% of the time, when we roll into a recession, I don't know what it is with retail. They're like, Mom, can I borrow the credit card? We're going all in. Besant was just on Fox News. Millions out of work. Time is running out.
Weeks, a couple of months. What's your timing, Mr. Secretary?
Well, again, Maria, as I said, the Chinese need to de-escalate these high tariffs, because there is the equivalent of an embargo, and the Chinese business model is built on selling cheap goods to the U.S. They sell us about 5 times more than we sell them. So, their factories are closing down as we speak. We're going into the holiday season. Orders are placed for that now. So, if those orders aren't placed, it could be devastating for the Chinese.
And I know this firsthand. Chinese are hurting. Do you guys want to launch a new product on Amazon? They are begging. And honestly, in my 18 years of selling on Amazon, and I get this all the time, I'm like, always, I don't care. Always be selling. It's not a good time. As you know, over the last few months, I haven't even mentioned my Amazon course, which is amazing. But hey, if you can make your digits go up by clicking buttons on a screen in the stock market, that's easier. But breaking news coming out of Temu, where you can buy really cheap stuff and get a lot of it for pennies on the dollar. And if you're wondering why you can get 5 for the price of 1, it's because 4 of the 5 are going to break within a few weeks. Coming in, breaking news just a few minutes ago, Chinese online marketplace Temu stops all direct shipments from China to the United States of America in response to Trump's new tariffs, which are actually doing pretty good. Here is something new coming across the wire. Breaking April tariff revenue reaches $16 billion, smashing records, all going back to you. And if this actually works, where tariffs gets rid of tax, I will be the happiest man walking the planet, even though it really doesn't affect me too much. I think it's anyone making, under 200, 150? Let's do this. If you're in my course on how to become a multimillionaire, they're still going to stick it to you. Which I have to say, there is nothing better in life than paying your fair share and then paying everyone else's fair share too, and their families also. Also, that $1 million course, it's not $1 million, it's $299. And I throw in my bear market course for free, and it's not going to stay $299. And when I'm done filming it, you're definitely not going to get plus bear market. But I will teach you how to make money in a bull market. In a bear market, you'll learn how to swing trade from start to finish, everything you need while the economy burns. Look at that. Look at the ports. This is completely empty. I think it was a week or so ago. A few months ago, it was full. From bustling full to now, this is another different port. We are seeing some vessels coming in with less cargo, and we're hearing from exporters and importers directly on canceled orders, especially from China. This will impact these impacts are real and will likely be reflected in our data in the coming months. But I guess right now the data is looking good. We have 1 negative GDP print. Remember, 2 kids, 2 for the price of 1. We're in a recession. Now, the orange guy, he's already saying, well, if you exclude this, we're booming. And like any good politician, it's not my fault, it's someone else's fault, and if you just exclude food, energy, and everything you buy, we're doing good. And for those of you, because I read your comments in the comment section, please let me have it. You're like, oh, you've turned it into this big MAGA. Someone said like some Russian something. Or I'm a far-right German. Well, sprechen Sie Deutsch? Okay, I got you on that one. But yes, I am German and Irish, so big voice, small package. But now here's a story that just snuck in. Chiat China quietly exempts about a quarter of the U.S. imports from tariffs. So this is maybe a good thing. I don't know if this is all going to fix everything. It doesn't. This is bad, but it is what it is. Hey, we're getting some jobs over here. Just let it run its course. Let's give it a shot. I think the pain is going to be way, way worse than what Americans can handle. I think coming up really soon, they're going to be like, please print more bonds and give us some money because I can't make it anymore. But China's exports declined 10% year over year, the largest drop in at least 15 years, as you can see from the bar right above my head. Ain't looking too good. We are their bread and butter. So why not exclude 25%? Just don't say anything. I do have to say, I really like that Trump, 100 plus? The kid signed 141 executive orders in 100 days. And out of that 141 executive orders, yeah, maybe 3 have been enforced. That's okay, because it is a move somewhere. Also, what DOGE is doing is so cool. Like the amount of fraud, and from Fauci to fraud and things that people a year ago, even today, they're like, no way. Oh, the biolabs, really? It was like in your backyard. What do I want to see? I want to see people go to jail. I want to see people fried. You know, when I go to the town square to do my shopping, I want to see them posted up. Listen into what MAGA just found and tell me that this doesn't spin your head right round, baby, right round. Record, baby, right. Sorry, my age.
One of the crazy things with regards to the Treasury is that when a payment is made, and the computers at the Treasury actually pay about $5 trillion per year, like crazy amounts, there was formerly not a budget code on there. So if a payment was made, you didn't know actually what it was for. There was a $4 billion COVID fund in the Department of Education, and there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And when people looked into it, this wasn't us, this was before us, they found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. And so the one change that DOGE made with the Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only change that was made. You must upload your receipt. And upon doing so,
yes,
nobody drew down any money anymore.
As soon as we asked for anything at all, suddenly the requests were like, oh, we don't need it anymore. Huh, that's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's Palace.
Yes, they were like basically partying on the taxpayer money.
These interviews that Jesse Waters did with Fox, Doge, Elon, Big Balls, a lot of stuff. Oh, and just so you can put a face to the balls.
Who's Big Balls?
It's big. That should be obvious.
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
I have to say, with all the laughing aside, the amount of fraud that this 8-year-old has uncovered is amazing. But bravo! Everything is so bad. Why stock market go up? Me confused. I would love to help. Actually, David Rosenberg is going to say it better than I will. We are living through history. Only 0% of the time in the past century has the S&P 500 managed to rise 9 consecutive days. A 1 in 400 or a 3 sigma event. Guess what? Fully 80% of the time, this dynamic happened in recessionary environments. Not to mention, ahead of the October 1987 crash, maybe this bullish manic move isn't so bullish after all. Also, while we now have another quick top, ish, I just want to say congratulations, Jeff, for dumping $5 billion worth of your Amazon shares right onto the people that love to call dumb money or retail. There you go. This S&P 500 post longest winning streak in 2 decades, 20 years, as Trump and China show some willingness to bend on trade. Also, a few weeks ago, when we all bought the dip, there was twice, right? I told you where to buy. I told you when to sell. This is when you buy. This is when you buy. This is when you buy. Well, you can't see it because I'm in the way, but this is where you buy. It's right down here. This is not where you're buying. This is called overbought. We are more overbought. I mean, this is, actually back to 2023. You guys please don't buy right now. Like when everyone was buying the top on gold, which is fine, own gold, but there's a time to buy low. And then there is a time to sell high. Then based on some of you guys, there is a time to get high and buy high. Right now, we are in the, what I call the heavy glue sniffing. And if you're wondering, this is a airplane reference, and this is how this is what I model my hair after. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. This was a PG movie that I showed my high school kids, and when the girl took off all of her clothes, I was like, wait a minute, I do not remember this. Good old days when things could be funny. Now everything's offensive. Goldman Sachs. This is in regards to the stock market. Goldman Sachs, markets might not have bottomed. That means we could be going lower. Number 2, Wells Fargo. Now, I'm not saying like trust these guys. Could retest the lows. I agree. Goldman Sachs. I agree. Morgan Stanley retesting the low end of 5,000 range is feasible. JP Morgan sees S&P 500 falling to 4,000 in worst case scenario. Bank of America sell the rebound in U.S. stocks. Did you guys catch this in crude? But you stayed for the global economic meltdown. If I cut that off, do you guys see that falling wedge right there, right above my head? You see that falling wedge? And then it breaks lower. That's not good. Falling wedge should pop up. It ain't popping. This economy is flush. And here was the swing trades we all jumped in on. There was 2 of them. And I said, this is where it's going to go. It's going to retest. It's going to get up here, close this. It did. It's going to come up here. It's going to get rejected on the 200, or it could come up somewhere in that area and then sell off. Again, yes, I do teach you all of this in my new course. And you see that purple up there? That's where it gets pulled and then it bounces. We go into these overbought. This really isn't even that overbought yet. If we look at the Qs, still on the daily, you could even go higher. But the Qs actually hit its head on the 200, just like it did. So do not be surprised if come Monday you see a sell-off. Now, am I saying we will sell off on Monday? I don't know. It could be false breakout above the 200. It just gets over that. But just know, if the 9 count comes on and it goes purple, whatever you gave up there or whatever it went up, you're going to give back. These are the types of moves that always happen in a bear market. That's why I threw in my bear market for free. When I got one other thing, make sure you guys subscribe. Tomorrow I will do it once again. I will rotate the camera. You're going to like this one. It's pretty dope. Currently filming at 12:28 a.m. Then I have to film a video for my course. I know, right? Bravo, do you ever sleep? The answer is no, because I see your comments. You're like, you can't, no, you're not allowed to take a day off. But with that, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.